For those that turned into the first video of this series, I appreciate it. And this is an update. I don't know if you could see my vision before, but I think you can get it now. That's the tube. My seat's going to go in here. I've got the motor mounts already built. And then I've turned this into the gas tank. And this tube is also going to hold gas and it's going to feed it down through here. And I'll have a spigot that'll run right to the carburetor. And this is something, I mean, you could pretty much do at home. Yes, I had access to a tubing bender. If you didn't, you got to get creative. You know, I've seen people use generator housings. They've got nice bends in them. Really, the only two tools you need is a MIG welder or stick welder. I mean, I've got a Hobart. It's a 140. Nothing big. It just does the job. And then a hand grinder, some cutoff wheels, some grinding wheels. You know, I built this with a hand grinder. I cut this all out with my hand grinder. I cut a bunch of notches in it. And then I ground it out so it would fit. You know, a drill, some drill bits. I'm going to round these up, I think. I don't like them square. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that does help is to have a square table. This is one of the like Harbor Freight, or I think this one's a Vevor. It's nice because when you're originally building stuff, you can square it right up. Perfect there, perfect here. I've got a couple of magnets. I don't even know where they are, but I got some 90-degree magnets that I use. You know, stick it here, holds it here. And a good tape measure, oh, right there. These magnets. So, get some good measurements, make sure everything's pretty square. I mean, it's a mini bike. Does it have to be perfect? No, but you can make it pretty close. And as long as you got a square table, that's all that really matters. You don't need these holes. I don't even use the holes, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's a quick update. Like I said, capped all that off. I mean, that's just sheet metal. I used some cardboard. It's actually a Sprite box. You know, I traced it out, cut it out. This isn't that exact one, but traced it out, cut it out with metal, and I used my hand grinder and a cutoff wheel and welded it in. I didn't finish this side nearly as nice because it's on the bottom. Now I am going to mount my CDI box, my voltage regulator, the horn, turn signal relays. I'm going to mount most of that to the bottom of this gas tank just to kind of hide it. But yeah, now I gotta build a battery box that'll sit down in here. Another mount for the seat, so the seat can sit in, and go from there. Just before I weld in the battery box, I decided to pressure test my tank. And it's a good thing I did because you can actually hear I have a leak right there. I'll have to re-weld that. And I also have a leak right down there. See there. And I just got a rubber cap on this. Yeah, I do have it hooked to a nitrogen tank, but that's because it's in my garage and I don't feel like hooking up my air compressor. You don't need this needle. You could have just put a valve stem off a car tire or something in there. Really just held your blower nozzle. Anything will work. So I'm going to get that welded back up and then repressurize it. Now that the frame's pressure tested, I'll start on my battery box. And this is just sheet metal. This is going to be the battery. And this is going to be a bend, there'll be a bend here, a bend, The rest of it I'll just cut out. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to weld a tab on, because when I bend this up, I'm going to have the same on this side, and I ran out of material right there. So I'll just weld the tab on there. Let me get it cut out and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So after cutting it up, bending the tabs, now I've got a pretty good battery box. It's going to go somewhere in there. I got to figure that out still. I may even offset it. Probably to this side because the clutch side's heavy. Now that I got my battery box all welded in, fitting good, I'm going to mount my starter solenoid right here. So I'll just snip it off the frame here. Be a good spot for it. With the battery box welded in, you can see I welded the bracket on for the starter solenoid. I welded the bracket on for the CDI box. I've also welded some studs for the voltage regulator, the turn signal relay, and the ignition coil. And then I fabbed up a quick little bracket for the key switch. And that's everything. I did add this plate too, and that's where the seat's gonna go. I'm gonna build a pan. I'll drill 4 holes. That'll also add as a hold down for the battery. I haven't cut that out yet. I need to. And then I don't think I talked about the gas tank as much as I probably should have. Yeah, this whole thing is a gas tank. And this is just a stock filler neck out of the original gas tank off the Moped. I just cut it off. I drilled the hole through. I pushed it through from the backside, and I welded it on the backside before I put the backside plate on, or the bottom plate on. So yeah, I mean, I still have to wire the whole thing. I have the wiring harness on the Moped. It's so long, I got to cut it all down and clean it all up. That I'm going to do at another time. It won't be on camera. So yeah, the only thing I didn't add, I just realized it, is this. Not exactly sure what that is. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this video up here. Next video will be me powder coating this. I think it'll fit in my kitchen oven that I use for powder coating. Oh, one other thing, I guess, with the triple tree, the front forks, I gotta add the bracket for the headlight, but the headlight hasn't come in yet, so I'll add that bracket and then get this powder coated and then start the wiring. Till the next video, guys.